Hey guys, hello. I've never done this before, so usually I talk either about tech if you're watching this on Cafe IO, or algo trading, technology, infrastructure, and finance related stuff if you're watching this on QuantLab. However, the same video is going to go on both my channels. What I'm going to be talking about today is my setup. How does it look like? How do I work? Call it my work from home setup, call it my studio setup. And I've spent tremendous amount of time and mental energy in trying to design this the right way. So this, what you see, is a green screen. Will show about how different views I have and the kind of setup we have. So let's get started. This is going to be a very raw, unedited video, unfiltered. So apologies if there are camera shakes. Let's get started. All right. So the first thing that you see when you enter is obviously the store. And this is how my entire room looks. So there's this wall, which is kind of a nice background. That's a seat, and I'll go closer. So this seat is where you can sit, have this background, have lights on you, enjoy a conversation. The thought is if people want to come and join as podcast guests, we'll have conversations here. This side is more of a calm space. So there's this tree, it looks real, it's not. The other three are real. And then there's Buddha, there's my coffee machine, few stuff here and there. And then you have my, one setup which I use for recording and, anytime I need green screen. So the green screen is completely like on the wall. However, right now I have squeezed it in a different setup. There's this camera, which is usually used to record. I have no idea why this is on, so I will switch it off. This camera usually stays there, and I'll talk about this space when I am back. So what I have here is one bookshelf. I have two large bookshelves, one in that corner, one here. All the lights in this room, for example, are twin mode, so you can change it to yellow if you want. So this is a really nice, pleasing view if you want to sit and have a conversation. Let's go about and talk about the tech that I have. So there's a lot of stuff in this table. There's this camera capture card. There's my MacBook Pro. I used to have a Mac M1, but then I moved, and I'm loving it so far. Pro is good. There's wireless mics, Digitech. Don't recommend them. It's kind of okay. There's a Wacom writing pad, which is really useful. And I got myself a small fan because it really gets in hot if you shine too much light. This camera is currently set up to do some recording. However, I'll move this out of the way for this conversation. And then I have is a height adjustable table, which I will just unplug, and then this should be ready to go. So this table should go up without throwing any wires up in the air, I hope. And what you will see is a lot of magic below. So this is my data center, call it wire jungle. There's lots of stuff there. That's a gaming laptop, Lenovo Legion, 2060 GPU, 32 GB of RAM for all AI operations. There's lots of wiring there, won't bore you. There's Red Bull, and then some video capture cards, some more plugs here. And yeah, that's what's usually on my table. There's a lot of decoration behind. The speakers, which is like a 4.1. These two monitors are hooked on to different systems. So this monitor is usually used when I'm doing a little bit of reading or content consumption. I usually have some days where I do that, and this really helps me read. So always connected to my Legion, so I have one PC running there. This monitor can toggle between whatever I'm doing. So if I'm working on my office hours, I use this laptop. This is shut and is usually connected there. There's a wireless keyboard, mouse here. Talking about gadgets, one light, two light, a lot of different lights in the room, a couple of random lights here and there too. This also helps as a light source. Then I have a MX Master 3 mic, and then there's a mechanical keyboard. This is Blue Yeti. There's Alexa and speakers in the background, and then I've already talked about this stuff. All of this setup took me a long while to build. It's probably worked for about a couple of years. I started imagining this room in probably 2019, 2018, and then have been curating stuff, wires, electricals, upgrading slowly. And when I got into my house, this is how I ended up. So I usually sit here. This is the corner that you will see pretty soon, you know, this side, which is a nice view. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have questions about how much it costed, put it in comments. I would love to share some of the numbers. There's no affiliate links for anybody to buy. This is not a marketing post. Uh, would definitely love to give a tour of my bookshelf. Entire stuff on top of tech, spirituality, trading and finance. And then that side is literally fiction, self-help, little bit of my daughter stuff out there. And then there's a speaker, printer, bag, and that's pretty much it from this room. So yeah, the views keep changing, and that's the whole idea. I want to have at least 3 to 4 different kind of setups in this room, different faces, to be able to not bore people or do different kind of videos, and that's the idea behind all of this. So with that, I will keep on moving forward and show you something interesting. So this is how it is recording itself using OBS and some sort of a streaming mechanism, so where the camera is connected as a wireless source. So Apple ecosystem really works there well. And with that, I will